How has the COVID-19 pandemic accelerated that digital transformation, or people migrating to this CIAM type solution?
Yeah, I mean, the first thing is obviously COVID has driven a massive shift of channels of the consumers from physical channels to online and digital channels. And that in its own right, as well as the workforce going fully remote almost overnight. And what this has driven is just massive acceleration of any programs that can better enable those two aspects of your business. Better enable serving your customers through digital channels, as well as your workforce who's being remote as well. And this has exposed weak points that organizations may have in how they deliver customer experiences to those end consumers as well. The interesting thing is also, a lot of enterprises have really strict governance processes around introducing change to their environment. And the other thing that COVID has done is it's really cut through all of that to just get things done at a pace that have never been seen before. Organizations, because they had to survive and they had to react to this overnight sensation, had to just act. And so it's been really interesting to see how quickly things have really evolved as a result of this. And then, as part of that, understanding these new pain points that enterprises have, what they're discovering is those who don't have a centralized and harmonized identity infrastructure in their organization are struggling to deliver that seamless experience to their customers. And so this has driven also for enterprises the need to really get on top of that problem. We see that digital identity, it can be a very positive force multiplier for your business when it's done well. But conversely, if it's not done well, it can actually be a negative force multiplier in the other direction. And so we see it as a really essential element to digital transformation, and COVID's accelerating that.
Yeah. Spencer, just going on from what Peter's saying there's two sort of points that I think really strike home. And that is, for the last, 5 years or so, 7 years, we've been talking about the need for digital transformation. Right. And a lot of enterprises have adopted the need for digital transformation and moving to that. What COVID did was it took the alternative away. We've always sort of thought of digital transformation as being parallel to everything else that we're doing. And then all of a sudden, 2020, it was all that we did. And sort of the way that I've been seeing that whole digital transformation story, the digital transformation task, is that for many enterprises, it meant having a digital storefront. We were an enterprise, and one of our pieces is the digital storefront. And what the whole COVID experience did is it changed it into, this is how we do business. It's a way of thinking about doing business. And so one of the things that has done, and Peter sort of mentioned this, which is really interesting, is that it means that you have to think about the digital channel, the identity channel, and all of those things as being the entire way that we do business. A funny little story about that. Locally here, we have our Department of Motor Vehicles, our company, the government here locally. They have a wonderful job of digitizing their entire experience. I can renew my license, I can renew my car tabs, all of those kinds of things, all online. The one thing you cannot do is open an account. And so all of the people who have moved into the local region are dead in the water because they can't get in there for the very first time. And so, yes, they've got a digital experience, but they forgot about the onboarding process. And that makes it really, really hard for the entire digital process, and it sort of breaks down. And I think those are the kinds of things that the whole COVID experience has really highlighted, accelerated, and accentuated that enterprise need to focus on.